Super Friends wasn't just a spandex babysitter on Saturday mornings. It was the cartoon that taught kids to recycle, killed Superman, and gave Batman his first animated origin story, and unleashed the Wonder Twins and Gleek to an unsuspecting world.
Guess nothing says fun cereal hour like murdered parents in an alleyway. And newsflash, Beefy Nips, that monkey carried more episodes than Aquaman ever did.
God, I love being a turtle!
Super Retro Cartoon Toy Box.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
3 words that could freeze a generation of kids in their tracks. It didn't matter if you were a die-hard comic book fan or just flipping channels on a Saturday morning.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
When that booming announcer's voice hit, you knew something heroic was about to happen.
Don't oversell it, Retro.
I'm not, Orson. In 1973, the first Super Friends lineup appeared. Superman, Batman, Robin, Wonder Woman, and plus the human sidekicks, Wendy, Marvin, and their dog named, Wonder Dog. They weren't super or powered, but they served as audience stand-ins, asking questions kids would ask.
So yeah, basically Scooby-Doo with a Justice League twist. Time to tie that towel around your neck, chuckleheads.
They also embodied Hanna-Barbera's mandate, light-hearted adventures, limited animation, and a moral lesson every week.
Let's be real. The villains weren't even evil. I would love to know what the they was smoking.
Oh, here we go again.
The series kept shifting. Super Friends, the legendary superpower show who introduced Firestorm, and finally, Galactic Guardians, which introduced us to the Teen Titans' very own Cyborg. Each era tried to keep pace with tie-ins and the rise of Star Wars sci-fi aesthetics. By the 80s, things actually got darker. The animation sharpened, the stakes rose, and villains like Darkseid arrived. This was no longer just cornball comedy. Galactic Guardians even gave us an episode with Batman being confronted with his parents' murder. And we also saw the death of Superman 7 years before it actually happened in the comics for real. We even get to see the black armbands with the red S shield that were also used in the 1992 storyline.
What? Actual drama in Super Friends? Next you're gonna tell me Aquaman didn't suck in every episode. You're pushing it.
As the show peaked, Kenner's Superpowers collection toys hit shelves. 3 waves of bright plastic figures, vehicles, and playsets let kids finally hold the Super Friends in their hands. Superman punched, Aquaman floundered, and the Hall of Justice was a centerpiece.
Meanwhile, poor Black Vulcan and Apache Chief, no figures. I guess size does matter.
On the internet and social media, fans showcased replicas and full waves of figures that never officially existed. This is when 3D printing wizards stepped in, creating everything from missing figures to massive playsets. For them, it wasn't just collecting, it was continuing the line's unfinished story.
Let's be real. Kenner gave you half the team. The fans had to finish the job. They filled the gaps, built the dream play sets, and showed us what was possible when passion trumps corporate caution. Without them, the line might have stayed frozen in 1986.
In 1977, the show reinvented itself with the all-new Super Friends Hour. Wendy and Marvin stepped out, and in came Zan and Jaina, the Wonder Twins, with their blue monkey Gleek. Suddenly, the show had fist bumps, instant catchphrases, magical transformations, comedy, and instant kid appeal. Most of all, a space monkey capable of stealing any scene.
Meanwhile, Gleek's tail had its own disappearing act. Some episodes it was prehensile, other times it just gone. Poof, sayonara, gone the way of the dodo.
Big squack! Big squack! Big squack!
But what set this era apart were the PSAs, 1-minute segments teaching safety or morality.
How you doing?
Batman and Robin taught the Heimlich maneuver.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Superman lectured kids on looking both ways.
Yeah, but Batman showed his true colors with that choking PSA. He had Robin digging deep into him over and over and over again. Keep going, old chum. Don't stop.
Oh, yeah.
Am I right?
Orson, what the hell, man? Wow! Just wow! I hate to admit it, though. These were iconic enough to be parodied for decades.
Yes, I agree. Although Zan proved his water powers were pretty useful. I mean, there was that time when he was in Wonder Woman's tub.
Orson! What the hell, man? I don't need another lawsuit.
What? She had to take a bath. He was just helping her out. It's not like he was trying to...
By the late 70s, World's Greatest Super Friends and Challenge of the Super Friends expanded the roster with culturally diverse heroes like Black Vulcan, Samurai, Apache Chief. Licensing restrictions kept characters like Martian Manhunter and Black Lightning off the table, so Hanna-Barbera created stand-ins.
Meanwhile, in reality, you've got a giant guy yelling, a lightning bolt in spandex, and a samurai who's basically Red Tornado with a goofy hairdo.
The Legion of Doom, Lex Luthor, Gorilla Grodd, Sinestro, and more, finally giving the heroes a rogues gallery to fight.
Finally. Bad guys with actual names, not just Scientist Number 3 with a weather machine. And no damn dog or monkey trying to steal screen time. Though, let's be real. My guy Superman could have ended every episode in 5 minutes.
Please help. I can't hold out much longer.
Yeah, sure
I
he
can't hold
could.
out much longer.
When Kenner folded and McFarlane Toys picked up the line decades later with an army of Batmans and Supermans?
And only one Wonder Woman with 4 repaints? One woman, 50 male figures? How does that work? Grow up, man. It's 2025.
Orson, historically female characters don't do well in action figure lines.
What are you gonna say next? They have cooties too?
You know, I put up with a lot from you.
So did your mother.
Don't you dare bring my mother in.
Let's try this again. When Kenner folded and McFarlane Toys picked it up decades later, there was still a long drought. But fans weren't about to let their superpowers fade. Customizers, 3D sculptors, and 3D printing wizards stepped in.
And now, thanks to them, I can finally own the telephone booth playset from Brock and Nerd Candy Toys, and the Dark Side Tower of Darkness from Superpowered Customs, both on Etsy. Because nothing screams action feature like Superman changing his pants behind plastic doors.
The fandom has also been fueled by Facebook communities such as Kenner Superpowers Collectors, currently administered by Nicholas and Kenneth. On YouTube, we are huge fans of Just BSing, with hosts Steven and Chris, and Secret Galaxy, hosted by the legendary Dan Larson, who perpetually asks, "But is it canon?"
All of these creators are not only amazing, but undeniably superpowers. If Kenner's Superpowers figures were the crown jewels, then the rest of the Super Friends merchandising empire was the treasure chest surrounding them. Metal lunchboxes were ubiquitous. School supplies were all branded with heroes and villains. Role-playing games, see and read books, Viewmaster reels, Presto Magics, rub and play. Kiddos could sleep surrounded by heroes, fitted sheets, pillowcases, blankets, and wall decals. Even Colorforms playsets let kids mix and match heroes and villains on cardboard landscapes. T-shirts, sweatshirts, pajamas, underoos, socks, all screaming the logos and characters of the Justice League.
Wait. Is that your mantra now? Presto Magic lets you rub and play.
God help me.
Beyond toys and nostalgia, the Super Friends lived on in parody. Harvey Birdman, attorney at law, turned Apache Chief into a courtroom punchline.
Oh. So as we see from this tape, your power was...
growing large, at will, especially in the mornings.
One spilled latte, a lost power, and the infamous teepee joke.
The Chief's totem pole, the Chief's teepee.
Please.
Spoiler alert, it wasn't about camping supplies. If you know, you know.
I am ashamed of those.
From South Park,
The Super Friends.
Golden Girls,
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back.
Dexter's Laboratory,
Valhalla! And the implacable Krunk in The Justice Friends.
and infamously on Robot Chicken,
Salvador. Its next target appears to be Batman's balls!
Especially Aquaman.
Martian Manhunter? What are you doing?
You're the worst. Aquaman got manhunted.
You are the worst. I'm out of here. There's plenty of fish in the sea.
Did he mean that metaphorically or
Nobody likes Aqua Turd.
Your enhanced strength and kryptonite lasers make you a match for even Superman, Mr. Luthor.
Yes, a flawless design.
Ow! Tyler, I told you not to play ball in here. I'm so sorry, Mr. Luthor. It's my day to watch
Stop
him.
talking for 1 second.
Super Friends were spoofed.
I'll say this, but you're fired.
Wait, what'd you say to me?
I said this before and I'll say it again. Aquaman sucks.
What was that?
And for many fans, the Hall of Justice itself is as iconic as the Batcave or Fortress of Solitude.
By the coastal mountains.
Hey there!
Bring that plane down!
Ah! A talking bird! And talking water! Oh, we're tripping, dude!
Thanks, Powerpuff Girls.
No prob. We're big fans of old school.
You girls are developing into quite the superheroes.
Someday we'll be as developed as you.
Alice, Apache Chief, put the satellite on the roof.
Sure, Peter. Apache Chief. Nay, Chuck. Well, that was the high point of my day.
Are you okay?
I think so. Boy, who knows what else is in this swamp?
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom.
Hey, gummy guy, how about grabbing me a soda?
And why would I do that?
Because we're, you know, friends. Super friends.
Wonder Twin powers activate. J-Bob, Tiger.
That tiger is awesome! Form of water! That tiger is awesome!
Even though they were megastar teen ambassadors in Brazil,
Wendy and Marvin got puffy. We gotta get out of here.
And listen, there's no hard feelings about you guys getting us fired from the Super Friends.
Well, gee, we
They
didn't.
told us you quit.
Hey, don't worry. It was a blessing. Anyway, I'm gonna give you guys some privacy. We should all do something sometime.
Powers activated.
the Wonder Twins became memes and later cameoed in TV, comics, and cartoons.
So, Wonder Boy and I are thinking about moving in together. My parents are gonna freak. You think your parents are gonna freak?
Yeah, we're twins.
Imagine that. A cartoon meant to teach kids about teamwork accidentally invented the shared universe decades before Hollywood caught on. What a concept.
They're more than a cartoon series or a toy line. They're a story, a design legacy, and a bridge across generations of fans. Superpowers and Super Friends became more than just a cartoon or playthings. They became a blueprint for how heroes inhabit culture. And the proof is in every collector's display case, every animated frame, and every mini-comic tucked into a cereal box decades ago.
We've all been living in the superpowers universe, whether we know it or not. And yes, your nostalgia wallet still hurts.
Next up for the franchise, Mattel has reacquired the toy licensing for superpowers starting in 2026. And DC Studios announced in February 2025 that a new DC Superpowers cartoon will begin soon. It takes place at the Alliance School for Heroes and focuses on new students Lightning, Flash, Plastic Man, Aquagirl, Green Lantern, and Terra, who level up their powers under Principal Martian Manhunter in hopes of graduating and becoming the next generation of Earth's defenders.
So the good news is, Superpowers is back, baby. The bad news is, it sounds like another dumbed-down version of a kiddie show in the style of DC superhero girls.
Oof. Damn it, now that you mention it, I think I'll need to process this. Anyway, comic readers knew these characters decades earlier, but for everyone else, Super Friends was the gateway to the world of DC Comics and the Justice League. Without it, there's no Justice League Unlimited, no DC Animated Universe, no shared pop culture language of superheroes.
So basically, we owe Gleek the monkey. Not Aquaman, though. Fish face.
Thousands of miles away at the Hall of Justice.
Super Friends may look dated now, but its legacy is carved into the DNA of superhero storytelling. It taught kids about teamwork, morality, and maybe how to eat cereal faster before the commercials ended. It wasn't perfect, but it was ours. And in its own way, it paved the road for every animated superhero epic that came after. From corny beginnings to unexpectedly serious endings. Super Friends wasn't just a cartoon. It was a cultural experiment that taught, entertained, and accidentally paved the way for modern superhero universes. In the end, the Super Friends lived up to their name. They made heroes feel like friends. And for that, they'll always have a place in Saturday morning history. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Remember, kids, Wonder Dog walked so Gleek could trip villains. Now hit subscribe before I unleash Gleek and his bananas on your Wi-Fi router. Don't vex me!
And that wraps up our journey through the world of Super Friends. From the Hall of Justice to the Wonder Twins, Gleek, and beyond. These heroes entertained, inspired, and shaped generations of Saturday morning fans.
Translation, spandex, monkeys, corny PSAs, and enough moral lessons to make your parents proud.
If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and join our community on Patreon and Discord for exclusive content, behind-the-scenes notes, and polls to help shape future episodes.
Yes, and maybe throw us a coffee while you're at it. Or don't, I'll settle for retro memes.
Sincerely, thank you to all the fans, creators, and communities who have kept Super Friends alive for decades. Your passion ensures that the stories of teamwork, courage, and heroism continue to inspire.
And remember, somewhere, Batman smells. Robin laid an egg. And Aquaman is, well, we still don't talk about that fish f***er. Screw Momoa.
Until next time, keep your capes on, your hearts heroic, and remember, the Super Friends always have your back. That's a wrap on today's retro ride to the past. Keep your toys close and your cartoon memories legendary. We'll see you in the next Super Retro Cartoon Toy Box.